Guess who's been a mobile notary signing agent for a year and a half? I have. Come on back and I tell you how my journey has been so far. My name is Joanne, and I have been a mobile notary signing agent for a year and a half. Now, let me share my journey with you thus far. Thus far. All right. So, I took my first signing March 17th, 2022. And since then, I have completed 362 signings. Oh, let me do that over. I have completed, drum roll, 362 signings. Man, I tell you, let me tell you the real deal about, and this is just my opinion. So let me share my journey with you about being a mobile notary signing agent. I have a little note, so forgive me, that's why I keep looking down. So anyway, I have completed, just like I said, 362 signings. 56 of those have been GNW, which is general notary work. Now, I got to tell you, in the very beginning, I was terrified to do general notary work. And what that is that, hey, somebody will call you and they got your information maybe from your Google page, referral, something like that. And they called you and you had to go to their house, or I really try to meet people like at Starbucks because you may not feel comfortable going to their house and they may not feel comfortable with you going to their house. So it works out. But anyway, I was afraid of kind of doing those. I come from real estate. I'm an agent. And so I'm more familiar with the whole real estate realm of things, especially the loan signing part of being a loan signing agent. But general notary, I was just so afraid of, getting some weirdo or somebody trying to, take grandma's house and have her sign something she didn't know what she was signing or something like that. But I gotta tell you, since I started doing general notary work, that's it. That's the business. I really like doing that because you can be in, out, 5, 10 minutes and made anywhere from $40 up to about $100. It just totally depends. Because yes, you could only charge in California $15 per stamp. But if they live or you travel in a little ways, you can charge your travel, and that's where you can make your money. Or if you get there and they tell you it's just one document, but hey, 3 people are signing that document, that's $45 right there. And then throw in your travel. I'm telling you, I love general notary work. So I have done that. And out of the 362, the 56 general notary work, like I just said, and the rest are signings. And so I wanted to kind of talk about some of the things I really like and some of the things I don't like too much. Now, when you see those videos of folks making $10,000 their fourth month, or, $10,000 this month, that month, that's possible. It really is possible. But I haven't reached that yet. I said yet. I will, but I haven't. But I don't know if a lot of people tell you that's some work. And I don't mind working hard, but you got to get out there and hustle. You got to market yourself. You got to sign up with every signing service that you hear about. Don't just sign up for 10, 15, 20 and think you're good. No, that's not how it works. And you got to sign up for signing platforms. This is the difference between signing platforms and signing services. The signing platforms is kind of like the place where signing services go to find the notaries. So let's say escrow, title, real estate agents maybe may need a notary. They'll go to the signing services. I mean, duh. Yeah, that's right. They'll reach out perhaps to the signing service and say we need a signing in this area. The signing service will put that perhaps on the platform and be like, okay, we need this notary in this area. Now, whoever is within that area, they send out a text message or email to notaries. Some send out a little before they send it out to everyone else to their preferred notaries, maybe a few 30 seconds before, and then they send it out to everyone if you don't respond or whatever to the notaries in that area. That's available. First one claim it, they get it. That's how it works. Now, when you go get a signing from a signing service, uh, they get paid a fee, right? From title escrow. Let's say they get paid $250. And you, the notary, you got this signing from a signing service. You don't get that $250. You get a portion of that money. Some will try to pay you as little as $50, depending on what this is. It could be a grant deed or something. And maybe title escrow paid the signing service $150 to find a notary. And for this one document that needs to be notarized, right? You get it, you get 50, but they keep that $100. That's why the great thing is, if you can, and you can just market yourself, is to get a signing direct. And what that is, let's say, instead of title, escrow, real estate agent reaching out to a signing service, they call you direct. Be like, hey, Joanne, can you do this signing? And then you say, you sure can. Now, remember that 250 I said that escrow title pays the signing service and they give you a portion? Now, because they called you directly, you get that whole $250. That's the beauty about going direct. So out of my signings, the 362 that I told you about, 44 of those were direct. So instead of getting that little piece of pie, I got the whole pie. And that is my goal, to continue to go direct and get more and more direct clients, because you start building that relationship and it's just a great thing. Now, since I became a signing agent and a mobile notary, there are some signing services that I really like working with. And I probably like them because they keep me busy. They're responsive, because it's nothing like being at a signing and something comes up and you can't reach anybody. That's one of my pet peeves that bothers me about doing this. You could be at a signing, you find out the name was spelled wrong on a document. As a matter of fact, that just happened today. That one of the signers' name was spelled incorrectly on one of the most important documents, the deed of trust. It was fine on the application, it was fine on all these documents, but on the deed of trust, notice of right to counsel, her name was misspelled. Couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I had to make a judgment call and do it, have her put a line through it, spell her name correctly, initial it, and be done. Because after 20 minutes of trying to find somebody, she tried to reach her lender, I tried to reach the signing service, couldn't get a hold of anybody. But as I was driving back from the signing, then I finally get a call from her lender and they said, yes, that's fine. Handled it correctly. Good. So that's one of my pet peeves. But the signing services that I really like, they're just great. So if you want me to do a video about that, you can leave me a comment and I can tell you like some of the preferred signing services that I love working with if you're interested. And then some of the signing platforms that I really like. It's about 4 or 5 of those as well that keep me busy. But the main one that gives me a lot of my signings is Sign Order. Just give you that tip. But I really love Sign Order. And that is probably the only platform that I pay the $2.99. They offer, you can pay $2.99 a month and you could put in like 20 zip codes that you would prefer to do business for, that you wouldn't mind traveling to. That is the only signing service that I pay for. I mean, not signing service, signing platform that I pay for. And that's money well spent, because I would say 90% of my signings, yeah, probably 90% of my signings from platforms would be from Sign Order. What else I want to tell you? Oh, I wanted to share with you how much I made, my least amount that I made last year versus the least I made this year, and then my max that I made last year and the max I made this year. So last year in March, the month I started, I made $320 the first month I started. And I was stoked about that because I had just started. And the max that I made in October last year was $1,900. And my average profit was $67.42. And that is after, because I use this program called Notary Gadget, where it gives you deductions and for mileage, because it keeps track of your miles, and the notarial acts that you perform. So it minus does the deductions, and that's my average after it does all the deductions is $67.42 per signing. That's how much I was making on average last year. Now this year, uh, the least amount that I made this year happened in January, and that was 1,600. And the most I made this year, drum roll please, was in July, 4,400. So, I mean, this ain't bad for a little part-time hustle, right? Come on now. So, my next goal is I want to hit that $5,000 mark for a month, and it's coming. It's coming. But again, you got to grind, you got to hustle. Again, you got to get out there and market yourself. Now, I got to do better with that. And you got to follow up too. Like when you pop into a real estate office, title company, or whatever, you stop in and introduce yourself with some cards or whatever. Follow up. If you had someone like a signing service that used you and you really like vibing with them and you had a good time with them and everything, follow up with them and send a little email. Say, hey, just want to let you know this week I'm available. I'm here if you need me. We're coming up at the end of the month. You know, I know sometimes you might need a little help with your closings. I'm here for you. And I tell you, each and every time that I follow up with an email, someone never fails. Oh, Joanne, can you do the signing? Within that week of sending the email, one of those people that I followed up with always reaches out and gives me a signing. So follow up is key. And now let's talk about apostilles. I forgot to mention that. Out of the 362, I would say I have helped about 8 clients get their documents apostilled. One of them was a repeat. Actually, I've helped her 3 times. 2 times with apostille and once general notary work. And when I tell you I love apostilles, I love helping the clients get their documents apostilled. Now, you don't even have to be a notary in some cases to do this. Because if their documents are already signed by an official, say for the state, city, county, they don't need you to notarize those documents, like a birth certificate, death certificate, marriage license, right? You just have to get those documents to the Secretary of State. And what the Secretary of State does, they authenticate the signatures. And that's basically what that means to have a document apostilled. The signature of the official has to be apostilled. And why would you need a document apostilled? Let's say they're traveling abroad and they need to use this document in another country, internationally, right? That country is requiring that that signature on that document be authenticated. Hence, that's where I come into play and I get this done. Now, sometimes on a document, they may need it notarized, and that's where the Secretary of State here in California, they will authenticate my signature, my commission, make sure I'm on the up and up. Then that person can take this document and use it abroad. Now, not all countries will use or allow documents to be apostilled to be used in their country. So you would have to check that that country participates in a Hague Convention. Now, even if they don't, you still can get the signature authenticated, but a lot of times you have to send it somewhere else. It has to go somewhere else. And some documents may require that they be authenticated somewhere else too, like let's say a FBI background check or naturalization certificate. Those will have to be sent somewhere else to be authenticated. But when I tell you again, I love it. I love it. Just a quick example. The one client that I had, she might have been my very second client. I had to help her get 18. You heard that right. 1-8 documents apostilled. I had to notarize 14 of them. Now you talk about I was nervous, I was intimidated, but we got it done. It came back. I got them off to the Secretary of State, and they all came back and they were authenticated. And that, my friends, now I wasn't too sure about my pricing, but just for that client, that was $2,000. Now, some may have charged a lot more because I see people, other videos on the Tickety Top and on the YouTube where they may have charged a lot more, but that's what I charge. So I love doing apostilles. So had to mention that. But that is my journey as a loan signing agent, mobile notary in a year and a half. If you guys want me to talk about the signing service that I like working with, drop some names or other platforms that I like working with, or whatever, just drop me a comment down below and just interact. If this video helps just one person, that's why I'm here. I'm just trying to share my journey. Maybe we can motivate each other, and just like it, comment, interact with the video. I still want to get monetized, y'all. So help a sister out. All right. I'll be back soon. Thank you for watching, and thank you for taking this ride with me. And if you're new here, I appreciate you too. All right, y'all. Peace. Keep grinding, shining, and hustling.